I would even say the dream vision, not of where they want to live. It's even before that. Their dream vision of the life they want to have for the coming years. Then the location may change based on their dream.
Hey everybody, it's Kathy Byrnes here with Real Estate Riches, and today I have some favorite guests. They're from Portugal, Roddy and Ann Marie Drysdale, and I just can't wait to hear of this conversation for all the people in the United States, especially that are interested in knowing more about Portugal. These are your guys. So hey, Roddy and Ann Marie, how are you?
Hi, Kathy. Thank you for having us here.
Yes,
Hello,
happy
Kathy.
to have you. Happy to have you both. So we were talking a little bit before about Americans possibly moving to Portugal, the different age groups, and the one of the big things that I feel like when I go to Portugal is that there's a calming factor. And you want to touch on that a little bit?
Yes, the calming factor is, Portugal is a relaxed pace of life here. And when you come to Portugal, you think of what is your purpose in life? What is it you're looking for? So one thing that really stands out is the lifestyle you get here in Portugal. It's stress-free and it's relaxed. You have the beach right there. You have the mountains right there, Sintra Mountains. We're based in Cascais. So we're by the beach, and it's the climate, it's the people, and it's what else are you looking for? It's the quality of life.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, there's
And I completely forgot to get into asking you like a little background on you, multicultural. Tell us a brief little piece about you yourself.
Yes, okay. So I'm American, born in Detroit, Michigan, and my mom is Polish, and my dad is from Colombia. And they met in Michigan, and they were transferred to Brazil for my dad's business. So I grew up and was raised in São Paulo, Brazil. Beautiful city, and we grew up with this multicultural background in our family, and we were just exposed to so many different cultures. So I grew up having that in mind, is accepting people who they are, understanding people, what their needs are, what their wants are, and all about different cultures. And I love that. And I was also as an educator in school in Brazil, an American school, American International School. And I loved my job. I loved helping people. I loved meeting new families, building relationships, and being there for them and for their children. Being in real estate for me just made sense, helping others.
It does. It's a perfect fit. It's a perfect fit. And you too, Roddy, your background's also multicultural. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I was born in Argentina, son of Anglo-Argentine, half Scottish, half Argentine father. Mother was French. Raised in Brazil, like Anne Marie also, and also lived in 5 other countries, like in the US, Spain, Portugal, and the Netherlands. And actually, when I came, when in my late 20s, early 30s to Portugal, that's when I fell in love with the country. But then I went back to Brazil, got married with Anne Marie, and we decided to come 10 years ago back to Portugal with the family. And that's why we enjoyed, and now we're here helping others coming from other countries to live in this country and make this lifestyle change just like we did.
Yeah, you're a perfect fit for it because, like you said, not only are you able to help Americans who might be interested in over there, all these other countries, because you understand so many different cultures, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So who's the typical American that you're seeing coming over there? Are they older? Are they retiring? Or are they like you moving whole families over there? Is it a blend?
It's a blend practically because you have a lot of retirees that want to still enjoy their years and put a lot of quality in their life. So putting life in their years, not years in their lives. So you have a lot of retirees, and then you also have a young people with the digital nomad visa, and also it's the expat families that come with children. So they're looking for raising their kids in and just a different culture, to learn a new life experience, a new culture. And over here in Portugal, for families with kids, there's so many great options for education. You have the Portuguese public schools, which are very, very good, and international private schools, good universities as well. So yes, there's many reasons, and
Wow.
it is a blend of different people that are interested to move to Portugal and have a new life experience.
May I add,
Yeah.
Kathy, may I add that also there's investors for sure, and also American
Oh,
investors that want to have either invest because the growth of the market has multiplied, has doubled in the last 10 years, and it will continue growing. So there's other investors that want to have a place here, to have a foot in Europe. They still maintain a base in the US, but have another location here. And then you can rent it out while you're not being here. That's another kind of a group of interested buyers and investors. And like Anne Marie said, it's all ages. It's from digital nomads, young professionals, all the way to retirees. Retirees that want to also do other things over here. Also, others that are digital nomads, and others that are remote workers that continue with their original business in the US or around the world, but they are based here because of quality of life, cheaper cost of living, medical coverage for free, etc.
wow. My mind was spinning with all the ideas here. So on that investor, that is such a good idea because recently did an article in LinkedIn about who do we need to be talking to about potential buyers over in Portugal. So I thought of the financial planners, I thought of the CPAs, because they're advising their clients, hey, you need some tax breaks here. And why not do it in another country, especially if they've been traveling and they fell in love with Portugal or whatever, they could invest over there. Now, how do you guys help if you had an investor like that? Like, let's say they wanted to buy the property, you do the background on it, you can help them understand that. But now, how does it get furnished? How does it get property managed? Do you have access for that?
Yes, we have. I'll talk more the technical side. Maybe Emery can say more the lifestyle approach, how we help them. But we have a specialized, valued partners, trusted partners on mortgage broker, tax advisor, lawyers, legal, all those specialties. We have partners that we totally trust and that are trustworthy for our client, and
Mhm.
they'll help in all the process of the side support that they need to make the best decision of the move and or the investment.
Okay, great. And Anne Marie, I know you've got to leave shortly, so I wanted to touch on the schools. You mentioned the international schools. Is that free or is that tuition?
No, it's the international are private schools. So yes, it's a tuition, and there's plenty of options, and more schools are opening, some smaller, some bigger, some American educations, and many of them with the IB program.
Mm.
And so there's a lot of options in Lisbon, outside of Lisbon, around Cascais or in Sintra area. So yeah, it's spreading, and you have smaller schools, you have bigger schools. So
So
yeah,
good for the families. And I'd never heard this digital nomad thing. What does that even mean?
Yeah, there's a visa for it. They call it the visa, the digital nomad visa, because it's young professionals that work with
Mm.
technology, and that because they come here and work with a technological company, they're bringing technology to the country. So
Oh,
they get this possibility ease to obtain a visa.
that's
So yeah,
awesome.
there's different eases. If there's different professions that because of the high quality added value of the professions, the Portuguese government gives them this facility to obtain quickly a visa and be a resident. And when you're a resident in Portugal, it means you're a resident of the European Union.
Wow.
So you have free flow in all of Europe as a resident in Portugal. And just to top it off, after 5 years, you can apply for a passport. You can apply for a citizenship if you so want to. That's a second step you can do in the future.
Wow, that's impressive. I hadn't heard of that before. So that's another important point, people. Yeah, because there's a lot of people in tech. To not be in tech today, first of all, let's talk about AI in your business. Are you guys using AI much in your business?
Yeah,
Anne Marie?
yeah, we do use AI. It does help a lot, and it's time saving, and it's incredible the difference that it can make.
Mm-hmm.
And when we post, when we promote things, and yeah, and the idea is to keep learning AI because there's always something new. When you finally think you got something, there's always more.
That's the
So for
truth.
sure, it's been amazing. Yeah.
What are your
We
thoughts on
also,
AI, Roddy?
yeah, thanks, Kathy. Sorry to, yes, we use it also to obtain more of the information that we want to give to our clients, to
Yes,
our buyers. It's mainly, I would say that's one of the main things where any question, we want to answer any question that our buyers might have about Portugal, about living here, about details, about taxes, about anything. That's our main service, is to be able to help them from the beginning all the way to the planning to come here. And we also stay in touch with them after the sale. We become their go-to later on in the
sure,
future. So for all that, we want to give the best information possible. So we use AI for that when we have to. Certain
sure.
things we really get thorough, and we also use it in terms of to find out about where the best properties are, about information of which are the regions in Portugal, because we work with all of Portugal. If
Mm-hmm.
they want to go to the north or south, so we use a lot of AI to have information and to have all the materials we need, again, to help the clients be well informed and well substantially supported.
You know, I love that we're all with EXP because, and you're newer to EXP. I've been with it. I'll be going on 9 years this summer, and I've watched it where there were only 2,300 agents in the company at that time, and now we're at 83,000. And there's so much happening in the States with real estate, all kinds of drama going on. But what's beautiful about EXP is its main focus is always the agents, to make the agents happy. We are their client, which allows us to be able to, by happy, I mean supporting us with tools, supporting us with ways that we can work together. Like here I am in North Carolina, you're in Cascais, which I love. And we're able to do things seamlessly through the company. Like if I had somebody down the street said, "Hey, Kath, I'm looking to buy some investment property in Portugal." I'd say, "I got the people. I got a guy." I always say, "I got a guy," and I can do this so seamlessly through our systems to be able to. If I didn't have you, I could track down a really qualified agent that I could research and through the system, find out if they're active, if they're in that area, if they handle investments or they handle just retirees, whatever the deal may be. And then to work out the referral where I'm now still going to be in communication, even though I've handed them off and my clients have met and they've approved. I'm still in communication right to the end because that's what your piece is. You keep me informed, and our system allows that. So I love how EXP makes it so strong for the agent, which allows us to make it so strong for our clients. Always coming up with new things. I'm a fan, in case
Yes.
you can't tell.
Yeah.
Kathy, can I
Well,
add something
this,
on?
sorry,
Go
Roddy.
ahead, Anne-Marie.
We've been a very short time in EXP, but we are very impressed with the collaboration.
Yes,
And I think collaboration, communication is the key
it is the
to
key.
success. And we have the freedom to work independently. We have the freedom to use the tools that EXP has to offer. If we want to make things happen, we can just take advantage of all the positive things that EXP has to offer. And the model is very different from other agencies and innovation in real estate industry. And I think that's what's really exciting about it, is that we have clients in Colombia, we have in Brazil, in the US. So it's like, and we just, contacted, the country managers in other countries. And it's like, hey, we work in XP. And right away, there's instant collaboration, or at least time to get to know each other. And we're looking forward to go to the EXP Con Paris,
Me
where we'll
too.
really be in touch with a lot of agents and EXP members from all over
Yes,
Europe. So
it's
that'll
a
be
it's a
exciting.
great collaboration. What were you gonna
Yeah.
say, Roddy?
Yeah, that we joined EXP because of the model, because it has a reach in 29 countries, 80,000 agents worldwide. And we have, as we said in the beginning, we're multicultural. Our
Mm-hmm.
DNA, I worked in multinational firms with and all our friends and people we relate to in life are all from 30 different nationalities. So we enjoyed the fact that we will be in this international network of collaboration, communication, cooperation. And indeed, just to say, like we have a contact with you. Any EXP agent from anywhere in the US that knows of their clients that are thinking about Portugal, we are here to serve them right away. There's a referral between us, there's a connection, and that's exactly what we're doing. And like Anne Marie said, we're talking to clients from different countries that came through via EXP, the network.
Yes. Yeah. The referral system through EXP is stellar, just stellar.
Yeah.
And the platforms that they have for us to be able to collaborate together. Now we are a cloud-based company, and a lot of agents struggle because they need that, what they feel is that collaboration within an office. For me, what I find with an office is you're a distraction from me actually doing my work. If I'm there in an office, you're chit-chatting about whatever. I like being able to work through the cloud. I don't have any problem being able to meet my client at different locations where we can meet them, like a Regis. I don't know if they have Regis in Cascais or not.
Yes.
See?
Yeah.
And so, and you can go in there. We have a discounted code to be able to use that, so we can go in there. And it's an amazing platform. So I'm doing a couple things here. I want to expose Portugal. I want to expose EXP Realty. I want to expose the two of you because I really respect the two of you, your work ethic, what your knowledge is, and how you can help so many people that are interested in moving. So
I just wanted to say one more thing about how special Portugal is that many people don't realize, but it's a gateway to Europe. And so I think it's funny when I share with people in the US that, you know, we go to Spain to watch a tournament for the weekend. We go to Italy to watch Bruce Springsteen or concerts all over Europe. And it's just so easy to make things happen here in Europe. Of course, you plan yourself ahead of time. You can get some great deals, but just having countries so close to you. And in 4 hours, we are in Spain, south of Spain. So that is something very, very special. And I would like to leave saying thank you to you, Kathy, for having us. Team Drysdale, my husband and I, we love what we do, and we're passionate about helping people because we have gone through this when we moved here 10 years ago. We know what it's like, the challenges you face when you're moving to a new country, changing your whole life alone or as a family or a couple, retiree. And there's a lot of questions as you're curious about so many things, not just buying property, but you are buying a lifestyle. And Portugal has a lot to offer. And so please reach out to us.
Let me just add, very key for the Americans especially, or any expat wanting to come here, and is most cities, people speak English. They're very good in languages. So it's the most spoken in English is here of Southern Europe. Free medical coverage for any resident. So that's very important, and very, very low cost, if some are not cost medicine. And the cost of living and eating and dining and the wines and
Yes.
the fresh food that's served with zero preservatives. It's a mindset of health, physical and mental. Portugal is a great place to have that.
And the Portuguese people are very welcoming people. And the locals are just so friendly, polite, helpful. And honestly, we feel at home here.
That's wonderful. That was really an important piece, talking about how you've experienced it all, you understand it. That's an important piece for Americans, especially, to do it because, you know, they don't know what they don't know, and they need guidance all the way through. So that's a big piece.
Yes, and the more we work with this, and each single American client that we talk to, prospects or they're even just investigating about Portugal, we know exactly. We learn with each one of them, but in general, we know what are their needs and desires, and what we first get to know them personally, their lifestyle, but then we associate, okay, with their lifestyle and how you live life, or if you have kids, if you're married, if you're single, if you have a partner, if you're health prone, if you like the sea, if you like the mountains, and then we show them the different things that Portugal has to offer in any aspect of what they like in their life. But they realize how they can improve their life quality here for sure if they want to, or at least partial part of the year they can be here. They can still have a base back home where they're originally from. That's okay, but they have something special here.
When they first, let's say they reach out to you, when you first do your initial thing, is that done like on a Zoom?
Yes, for sure. We
Yeah.
do. We first want to know the people.
Yep.
It's a people business. Like Anne-Marie said, with her experience in education, mine in working for living in 7 countries, international people that all my life, and different cultures all our lives. We want to first know each person. But even if we didn't have all that, we still want to know who the person is, what are their wants, them or their couples. That's why as a couple, it's a plus in the sense that usually families come, both the couples are involved in the purchasing process, in the moving process. By the way, I lived in 25 different houses in my life, so I know about moving. But the point is, we definitely make a Zoom call or Google Meet or online call. We want to know them when they're away. Sometimes they come to Portugal. We meet them in person. We show
Sure.
them around. But before that, if it's not possible, we get to know them for 1 hour, an hour and a half, whatever it takes. The first meeting to really
Sure.
get to know them. We ask all the questions. We listen to them, which is the most important, and then we move on from there to start the search, to start helping them with the different requirements and questions they have.
And I know that searching homes, there's what's it called? Idealista? What's
Yeah,
that?
that's one of the platforms. There's a few platforms. That's one of the largest ones.
And that's the one that like a lot of Americans might try and track down and go on that. But we have an EXP platform as well, right?
Yes, we have the EXP site that has all the properties that all the EXP agents have here in the country. Idealista is one of the portals that has a large range of, but there's a few others. Supercasa, there's a few. I can send a list. But yes, if you look at if you search portals in Portugal for real estate, Idealista is the largest one, and it has also in English. You can click on the button and have the English version. And that's a way to start. But we also have access, apart from the lista, there's many products that are not on market,
Well,
that
that's
are
what I
not
was going to
listed.
say.
Yes. So we, of course, have with our network and through our business and through XP colleagues, we have access to many properties that are not even online. So we can
Right.
help them.
And that's a big piece. When I first started understanding how real estate was done in Portugal, and I realized very different than the States. So an American, even if they were buying and selling properties all the time, let's say that they thought they knew how things were supposed to be done, they're assuming the same scenario is going to happen in Portugal, and it's not true. Or they hadn't bought a house in a long time, and but they still have a mindset of how they think it's supposed to be done. It's very important, I think, in that conversation, I'm sure you do this, to help them understand how there's so many off-market properties. There's multiple portals, but knowing the house is not your first step. It's getting to know them and what their dream vision is of where they'd like to live. And then now we find the space and then we start looking at the houses. Isn't that right?
Kathy, I would even say the dream vision, not of where they want to live. It's even before that. Their dream vision of the life they want to have for the coming years. And then the location may change based on their dream.
Yes.
So I have it here. I have a briefing. I sent, by the way, every client we have the meeting. I write down all what comes out, and I give them I send it back like a meeting minutes coming from my corporate life. But it's a simple table, and I have it here. Who's the client from where? What are their wants? What is their why? Why they want to come here? Why they want to move? Why they want to change their life? Why they want to where in terms of what kind of lifestyle, if it's sea, if it's mountain, if it's a large city, if it's a peaceful city, the timing, we like to know the timing, and then a budget, an idea of the budget, so we can find them within their budget the best possible, and observations, key things that came out of the call, things that they special. Then the project starts, and again, it starts with their wants. What is it they want, and why they want to make this decision, and we'll help them again, from the beginning, from getting to know them, much could be a year before they move, all the way to years after they move and purchase or invest. We will always be in touch with them.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. Any last minute things you think you want to put in here?
Well, I can just say again that I know all of Europe because I've worked in a multinational Philips Electronics, and I traveled to basically all the countries and also many in South America, in the States. I would say we chose our life here because if I compare to all the places I lived and went to, I indeed love Portugal because of everything we said. So this is like a 10-point list, but it's the quality of life, it's the quality of the people and how they're friendly, but also the expat community. There's so many multinationals. That's one thing that attracted us, not just in Cascais Lisbon, but in Porto, in the Algarve, in Coimbra, many different towns. You can drive, by the way, south to north of Portugal in 7 hours by car. So that's a size. But the point is, there's people from many nationalities. So there's a big expat community. So the Americans or any nationality that moves here, right away, they can be part, if they want to, of a network of hundreds and hundreds of other expats, like-minded people with different similar interests that are theirs. It's very good for health, for sports, outdoor sports, and also for mental health because of the lifestyle. And I talked to an American the other day, and she said how she used to have depressants, need to had stress, had anxiety, and she lived in the States. She moved to Portugal. She used to take like 6, 7 kinds of medicine. In Portugal now she takes 0.
Oh, I love that.
That's key. That was impacted me too. And one thing that impacted me too, talking to Americans, is that insulin is free of charge.
Wow.
It's subsidized by the government because insulin, people with diabetes, it's a life-threatening situation. So the government covers the cost. So you go to a pharmacy, and instead of paying hundreds and hundreds for insulin shot, it's part of the health system of Portugal to help any resident have a healthy lifestyle as much as you can.
Boy, I love that so much. And having you and Anne Marie on here has been a delight, and I know will be valuable to our audience. And so you're going to be able to capture all their contact information below. You'll be able to reach them, have any questions, talk to them about Portugal. And I hope that you've enjoyed this session because it's been a delight for me. I love these guys. And please subscribe below. We'd love to have you. And we'll see you next time on Real Estate Riches. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Roddy.
Thank you, Kathy. It was wonderful talking to you, but most wonderful is being able to express what we really feel and what's reality, and being able to continue helping people all over the world.
Love it. Love it. Thanks, everybody. Let's book a strategy call and see how it would look in your eyes. And if you're thinking, man, I'd like to have a conversation with Kathy Byrnes. Maybe I'd like to be part of this EXP company and see what it's all about. That sounds good to me. Let's book a strategy call and let's have a talk. No pressure, but man, it's worth a conversation. The link's in the description.